Ahoy! So what do we have here? This is something that I've been wanting for a while now. So without further ado, we'll try and get in. I am obviously using a kitchen paring knife, which is not really the best thing in the world to be using. But yes, let us enter. Helps if I use the sharp end. So, God, it's kind of like a small box, big storage. So it's and straight away you can probably tell what it is. Oh, look at that! It's giving the game away. So yeah, oh, Jesus Christ, the thing weighs a metric ton, like my Uzi. Points if you're getting the reference. If not, where have you been? Yeah, so this is, as you might have guessed, this is not a brand new Drobo 5D. This is a second-hand Drobo 5D. Now, this is hopefully going to be a cunning buy because I picked this up for just under 100 quid. So, what, 95 quid? Usually, when these sell for second-hand or pre-used or pre-loved or what's the horrible one that I don't like? Gently used. Ugh. Then these go for like at least 200-300 quid. I mean, brand new, they're about anywhere between 300 and 600, depending on what you're getting and what you're getting with it. It's most of the original packaging. I'll pull that off. So here we go. Now there should be 2 hard drives with this. Box, right? We'll get rid of the box, and that is our Drobo 5D. I think I might just change the handle on it for the next bit. So here it is. This is the Drobo 5D. It's a smart looking beast. There's not much to it. You guys, I think a lot of people like to have stuff to make things look pretty on the side. There you go. That'll do you. Right. So I've had these before when I worked for companies. So this is a DAS, a direct attached storage device. This one is pretty fetch. This uses standard RAID stuff and all that kind of stuff, but this uses a proprietary technology called Beyond RAID, which is like a hybrid RAID. It basically means you can fill any of these slots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, any of these 5 slots with any size hard drive, and it'll sort of like mix and match, and it'll figure it all out based on what you set it up. So you could put, when you first get this, a load of 1 terabyte drives in here. Now, unlike traditional NAS drives and DAS drives, if you want to change any of these drives, normally what you'd have to do is get your data off, take the hard drives out, put new ones in, put the data back on. With this, all you have to do is either add another hard drive, which is pretty standard stuff, but if you've got all, say, like 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte drives, you want to add a 4, all you have to do is take out the hard drive and put a new one in, even while it's running. And what happens is it sort of rejiggles everything itself. And it keeps all your data secure, so you can upgrade and down it. You can either have a load of 1 terabyte drives here, and then take out that one there, take out that one there, put in 2 4s, and slowly take out everything else. Obviously, there's going to be caveats to how the data there can be stored on there, but it's a pretty tight piece of gear. So why is this £100? Well, as you might have guessed, it's knackered. Now, we're going to have a go at fixing it. It may be completely fruitless and I may have wasted £100, but I think the solution to this problem is pretty simple. So what's happening is, apparently after 5 or 10 minutes, the whole thing powers down. The guy that sold it to me said, he thinks it's something wrong with the fans keeping the hard drives cool. I think it's to do with dashboard updates. There's a known issue with these things where you have the wrong update, the wrong firmware, the wrong dashboard update, and it causes them to go a bit cranky. Yeah, so that's how we'll proceed. I don't know what, there shouldn't be anything on these hard drives. They're pretty shitty little things. They're like, it's barely worth keeping these, to be quite honest. Let's have a look here. 80 gigabyte on that one. What's this one? 250 gig. It's not even anywhere near respectable. It's not near the terabyte. And where am I looking? Barracuda. Ah, I'm blind. Where is it? Oh, there you go. 80 gigabytes. So there's two 80s and two 80s are 250. Two 80s and the 250. Jesus Christ. No wonder it's fucking rotted. So I'm going to put them back in there. We're going to see how well it does. I mean, there's a good chance that it's probably one of these drives that's making it freak out a bit. So yeah, I put it the wrong bloody way around. There you go. Ta-da! And then you can put the magnetic faceplate on. Handy dandy stuff, except you put it on the right way around. Oh god, it's a catastrophe. So yeah. So basically, next job for me is to get this connected up to the Mac, boot it up, see what firmware version we're running with, see what dashboard version we're running with, and then see if we can't fix it. Hello, we're back. Right, it's been no more than 3 minutes, and I tell you, already I can hear something now. You probably won't be able to hear this because I've got the lav mic on, but I'll take it off. And I'll hold it up to you because this sounds weird. I think one of the hard drives is going. Yeah, that buzzing. That is not 100% normal. So I think one of the hard drives is knackered, which doesn't surprise me. But it appears to be all up and running. I'll just twist the unit that way so you can see light. So the green lights, green is good. When the light is green, the trap is clean. So yeah, the handy dandy little instructions give us, well, a little cheat guy gives us, basically lets us know that everything's alright, but it's pretty obvious and all that kind of stuff. It's just a case of now seeing what the dashboard says and making sure it's alright. In the next 10 minutes, well, we're just going to leave it running for the next 10 minutes or so. See if it stops, because apparently after 5 to 10 minutes it all shuts down. So there you go. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this running. Let's go. 10 minutes. Supercharged, super time. Dear me. Oh, I guess, I suppose you want something pretty to look at as well, to have it by the side. Yeah. And there it is, 10 minutes. Actually, 10 minutes, 17 seconds or something. But it hasn't failed. Everything's alright. No, it hasn't failed. Everything's alright. Nothing's overly warm. Nothing's flashing. I'm still waiting for the dashboard to install because it's mired up my Mac. So it's installing. It's going to take 14 minutes, but really, if it's going to be a hardware issue, the hardware appears to be all right. My spidey sense is tingling, and I wonder if this dude that I bought this on had a Windows based machine, because I do know in recent times a Windows update has tooled these and made them shut down and do weird things and all that kind of stuff. But again, I don't know what firmware version this is running until I get that dashboard on there. So yeah, so it's just waiting game. So we've got 12 minutes to run on there, and I'm not going to use 12 minutes. I'm not going to we'll let this run in for however long it needs. But if it's going to fall over, we'll let it fall over. It can keep running for however long. I might fix some supper and come back. So yeah, rather than videotaping all this kind of stuff, or just recording videotaping, Jesus. Rather than recording any of this stuff, like, I'm going to cook food, see what the cats are doing, and then we'll come back and have another look at this. Ha! Look! Right, I went away, I had some food, and I came back to this. No lights. Fan is spinning and things appear to be moving. So it could be just in a standby mode, but I think it has done what the dude online said it would do. Now, this points to the fact that it is actually hardware, so this is really good. Actually, a worrying thing for this sort of thing is when someone reports that things aren't working and you get a piece of equipment or a piece of software and it's working fine, that creates all sorts of problems and also trust issues, because if someone says it's not working in quite a severe way, like, you know, it's powering down after 10 minutes in this case, then you, in my mind anyway, you develop a mistrust of the equipment. But this is perfect. I'm quite happy that this is actually failing, which means that we can get cracking with sorting it out. So the first thing to do is go to the Drobo dashboard and see if it can resurrect it through the dashboard, because I've got it through connected up to the Mac here, and see what happens, see if it'll give us any idea as to which state it's in. So we'll go across to the screen capture stuff. Hello. So we'll need to find that Drobo dashboard, which is really easy to do on the old Macintosh. It's been quite a few years since I've used one of these, but there you go. So the Drobo dashboard is going to look for connected Drobos. If it is in a downed state, as it were, then bada bing, bada boom. It is no Drobo's looking for connected Drobos. So it's looking, can't find any. That's fine. There you go. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Can't find it. Blah blah blah. We'll unzip this. So that's our firmware update. So first things first with all these things is just to check that we've got the right firmware. Alright, so you actually have to use this thing from the Drobo dashboard. So let's yeah, so it is actually, so I'm powering down. God, that doesn't sound good. So the boot up process for this is quite long. That hard drive noise is seriously worrying. I'm obviously not going to keep the hard drives in it, so whoa! Oh, it's just doing a check. I was like, I was like, blooming neck. There you go. That's the boot process. So that's should be up and running. Still doing its thing. You can tell up there. You look, see, blue at the bottom mainly gives you a progress. It's quite a natty little thing. Huh, natty. There we go. Ba-ding. Now with any luck on the dashboard, it will start wanting to connect. So that should be up and running, and it's ready for right, let's start again with the Drobo dashboard, just in case. So look at the discovery settings. Right, so it's only looking for NAS stuff at the moment. Disk utility will do stuff. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is going to be long and involved, so again we're going to stop this. We're going to come back later.